I'm actually a bit nervous. I'm Sab, and I'm really excited to be here today and meet so many creative and talented people. And for those who don't know who I am, I'm running a travel and lifestyle blog called justonewayticket.com, and my mission is to inspire people to get the hell out and travel the world. We're going to talk today about travel blogging and how I created my dream job in less than a year. Basically, how I became a travel blogger and how I make money from it. Are you ready? Let's get started. This is in Tokyo. So I started quite late with traveling and living this lifestyle of location independent. I was 28 when I quit my job as a screen designer and went on a trip around the world. And when I was 32, I finally started my travel blog, which is nowadays my full source of income. Start building a future that will make you proud in a year from now. Unfortunately, I was stupid when I was 21. When I was 21, I had an obsession. Can you guess what? No, you'll never guess. It was designer furniture. I had an obsession with designer furniture. This was my apartment in Berlin. Now, those chairs, one of them cost about $800. And I remember once, it's so crazy, you know eBay, this auction platform, that once I bid $3,000 on a chair. Thanks God, someone overbid me. I can't believe how much money I wasted to have a nice home. It's insane. And you know all the quote from the movie Fight Club? The things you own end up owning you. Every little piece of furniture that I bought needed another piece. So for example, you buy a bed, then I have to also buy bed sheets, and then also I have to wash the bed sheets, so I need to buy a washing machine, I need to buy powder, and then I have to buy a closet to put it in the closet. So do you realize something? Stuff needs stuff. It's an endless cycle, and you need to buy, or you just stop and live like this. This is the same flat that you just saw in the picture before, and it's actually the last picture I took of my apartment in Berlin. That's all I have now. Oh, actually no, I don't even have that flat anymore. I left for good. And now if I need an apartment, I just rent one, furnished. Easy. I also don't have a car anymore. If I need a ride, I'll take the bus or I'll take Uber. Thanks God we have Uber here. And you know what's funny? I'm spending way less money now than before when I was running my own household. So it was time to simplify my life. And I realized if you have nothing to lose, and you're free. If you want to fly, you need to give up the things that weighs you down. Before I tell you how I created my dream job as a travel blogger, I need to tell you a little bit more about my past. But I'm going to be quick, I promise. Let's back up a bit to 2008. Wow, it's 9 years ago. Time flies. Time really flies. That's in Berlin. That was my old office where I was working as a screen designer. And yes, I wanted to quit my job. I guess most of us have been in this position. Probably not you guys, because you're not at that stage of your life. But trust me, once you have an office job, you might think about that. So, to be honest, I didn't like my job. I hated it. I was waiting all day to go home, all week for my weekend, and all year for vacation. And I don't want to wait anymore. So I quit. And I will never forget how I felt the day when I told my boss that I'm not coming anymore and that I will just go for 1 year traveling and just enjoy my life. It was amazing. And you know what? One of you guys will experience the same. Not actually one, I think three. Three of you guys will get 1 year unlimited travel with Cebu Pacific Air. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be an incredible experience. It's priceless. But back to my story. So I quit my job and I left with a one-way ticket to Hong Kong. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. This was the view actually from the place. I couch surfed there, 71st floor in Hong Kong. Amazing, huh? So my plan was to travel around the world for 1 year or until my money runs out. And the trip took me through 30 countries. I started in Asia, went down to Australia, back to Asia, flew over to Latin America, go all the way up to the US, and then back to Germany. That's where I'm from, by the way. And It's impossible to just describe this one-year trip around the world in a few sentences. I can only say it was certainly the best time of my life. It redefined all my values and who I am right now. And it opened so many opportunities to me. When you leave your comfort zones, you begin to realize what is beautiful about life. Unfortunately, at some point, my trip was over, and I had to go back to Germany, which was in January 2010, and it was freaking cold. And you know what happened? Like, just a week later, my old boss called me, and I got my old job back, and I started working again as a screen designer at the same company that I had left before. And everything was the same there. Everything was the same except for me. I was depressed. I was not the same person anymore, and I felt so disconnected to my friends because they didn't experience what I had experienced in this 1 year. So what did I do? I left again. And my return to normal life didn't last long. 3 months later, I found myself again at the airport. And, sorry, I skipped one. Traveling became the most important thing in my life. It was like an addiction. And one morning, I woke up and I realized that this was not a holiday anymore. This was my life. This is it. This is what I wanted to do for the rest of my days. I wanted to travel forever for the rest of my life. And believe me, I had no idea how I could turn it into a job. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to figure it out on the way. And this is how I became a travel blogger. So finally, in 2012, I started writing down about all my travel experiences. After all these years of traveling, like my mind was full of all these memories, and my friends on Facebook, like I was the travel expert because they know I've been like everywhere. So they would always ask me, Sabrina, I'm going to the Philippines. Where should I go? I'm going to Japan. Where should I stay? So I kept writing itineraries for friends, like over and over again. And then I was like, damn it, I'll just write it down once for all, and I'll put it on my blog. And I can help more people as well. And the best of all was it that finally I had found an outlet to share my pictures and my stories and inspire people to travel. And I remember the day my blog went online, I put a post-it on my fridge because that was my goal, to earn $750 a month from the blog. Did that work out? I'll tell you later. So, this was my very, very first blog post, published in December 2012. 10 reasons why you should travel to the Philippines. Within the first 2 months after the blog post went live, I had 10,000 visitors with one blog post. My first blog post went completely viral, picked up by the Philippine media, and I must say, like, writing about the Philippines was really kickstarting my blog. But you know what? I didn't write about the Philippines because you guys are social media, are active on social media. Nobody knew that back in 2012. I wrote about the Philippines because I loved that place more than any other place I had visited. And I wanted to inspire travelers to come here because all the backpackers that I met, they would always go just to Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, but no one would ever set foot to the Philippines. And I just wanted to change it and tell them, look, and go to the Philippines. It's more amazing than any other country I visited in Southeast Asia. So after this blog post, I kept writing more articles, and also I wrote some personal stories. And half of my articles actually went viral, and it got me thinking, how to create content that goes viral? What do you think? What do you think, guys? How to create content that goes viral?
Girls in bikinis.
That's true, but that's not on my list. It's pretty simple. People share content if it inspires them, if it makes them laugh, if it moves them emotionally, or simple as that, if it's helpful. People share the kind of stuff that makes them look, that makes the person look good who shares it. This is the kind of stuff, the kind of content you should create. Let me tell you about a few examples, and I'll tell you why they went viral. I wrote a blog post called 20 Images of the Philippines that will make you pack your bags and go. I'm quite proud to say this blog post was the most shared travel blog post back in 2014 with over 200,000 shares on Facebook. But you know what? Who was even prouder? Filipinos. I made an entire nation proud. And the post moved them, I guess, emotionally. So they shared it. Let me get back to this screen. There's something else I wanted to show you. If you notice something here, what pops out here? Images. Images are so important. Your blog is nothing without images, without good photos. Great images will highlight your blog posts, and if your photos are amazing, this is the way to convince people to go to a certain destination. But what if you don't have good photos? Like, you need to learn. You need to learn how to make good photos, but don't sweat it. Until then, there are like excellent websites where you can get free photos. You don't need to credit them. They're completely free. You can find free photos on these websites. Pixabay, Unsplash, Paxos, and Stocksnap. You can take a picture. That's good information. And you can use them completely free on your blog if you don't have good photos. But I think this is not a solution for the long run. This is something, if you're missing a photo of a certain place, it will give you guaranteed like quality images. Okay, so how did I went from backpacker to full-time travel blogger? It didn't happen overnight, but it happened eventually. So after 8 months of blogging, my life completely changed. Suddenly, all the things I love to do were like right there in front of me, like free travel. Like suddenly, tourism boards would email me and invite me to their countries to write about it, and hotels would like email me and give me free stays just that I write a review about it. And also airlines like Cebu Pacific, but I must say I pitched them. They were the first airline that helped me out with free flights and traveling across the Philippines. And you know, a couple of years back, I would have dreamed of such a job. You know, a job where you travel and take photos and, you know, like something like a hotel tester, you know? But this job didn't exist until I created it. I created my own dream job by doing the things that I love the most, traveling. All I have is a passion for travel and sharing my images and inspire people to go out. I love traveling to the point of madness that I was able to channel that into a job. Your dream job does not exist. You must create it. So, my blog hit over 500,000 views in the first year, and eventually I was featured on BBC, Lonely Planet, and several other top blogger lists. So that was the turning point when my blog started to make an income. You remember I told you before about the Post-it that I wanted to make $750? Why $750? That's personally for me, that was the amount that time I could live comfortably anywhere in Southeast Asia. And it was the place where I wanted to be. I don't want it to go back to Europe. I knew I want to live here, and this is the amount of money to have a good life here. So the reality was even better. After 12 months, I was already making over $2,500 a month. After 1 year, did I say that? Yeah, after 12 months. After 12 months, I earned over $2,500. And every time I tell someone that I make a living from the blog, they always ask me, how do you make money with a travel blog? And the question is fair enough. Like, first of all, I don't sell any products. There's nothing wrong with selling products. It's a good thing, but it's just that I'm a lazy bum, and I'm not in the mood to write an ebook or create a product. So, and it was never my goal to make 6 figures a year or 10K a month. Speaking of US dollars, not pesos. And between us, most people don't need that amount of money, you know, unless you want to live in a penthouse in Manhattan or something. So the income I make from blogging doesn't make me rich, but it's enough to travel around and have a fabulous life. So today, I live completely off my blog. I make money through advertising, like such as banner ads, affiliate sales, which means if you go on my blog, you read my Boracay post, and you end up booking a hotel that I recommend in Boracay, I will get a commission from that. Then also I have a lot of branded content, which means companies pay me to write about their products. This can be product reviews about travel apps or travel equipment, such as GoPro, for example, is one of the companies I work with. And often they also want social media promotion as part of it. That means like sharing content that is done with the, for example, with the GoPro, and tagging the company. And it's just incredible how all these partnerships helped us to travel and actually make money from it. And if you want to have more details about how I make money blogging, I wrote a blog post. There is the URL. You can check it out. There's a bit more details and more resources. And yeah, I can't ever imagine living my old life again, like going to an office every day, working for someone else. I mean, what a waste of time. I have so many interests. I don't have time to work for others. And I might live a simple life these days. But I can work from anywhere in the world. And even more important, I earn something that money could never buy. Freedom. And what's even more important, what people don't realize, you won't achieve freedom by making more money. You will find freedom by working less and spending less. So why I'm telling you all this? I want you all to set yourself free and start your own thing. This can be a YouTuber, Instagrammer, travel blogger, or anything else that you're obsessed with. I want you to also be able to live location independent and travel around the world and just enjoy life. And you guys all have a passion, right? So that's why you came here. Every one of us has skills and talents, so go and find your passion, study everything about it, and become an expert in something that you truly love to do. You can go to work, or you can be the boss. I hope you start living the life of your dreams, and if not, every day is another chance to change your life. And I'm wrapping up this presentation with a video just by saying this is where travel blogging has brought me.
Bound only by frozen